Hi, I'm Danny. I'm 19 years old and I live with my dad, his fiance, her 2 kids, and my little brother. Things are going wonderfully in my life and I'm happy.
I'm talking loud, not saying much.
Life hasn't always been so beautiful though. Let's take a stroll down memory lane, shall we? By age 4, my parents were divorced. Countless times, I fantasized about them getting back together, and like every naive child from a broken home, my fantasies were pointless. My dad was remarried to my now ex-stepmom, and altogether they had 7 kids. Being one of 7, I didn't expect the focus to be on me. Rather, the focus was on my parents. Almost every day, my stepmom would drown herself in alcohol and begin picking fights with my dad, many of which ended with blood, tears, and the police. That marriage lasted until I was about 10. When it ended, things continued to spiral downward. After the divorce was final, I was the only one who stayed with my dad. Broken, he searched for comfort at the bottom of the bottle.
Coming down, but it's you who have further to fall. Go sound and not say loud. Raise your voice, sticks and stones may break my bones.
I was often left home to fend for myself. Little 5th grade me was so confused about the way things were and why my dad couldn't bear to stay in the house. It was this thing to treat our home as a pit stop and not the safe haven it should have been. The support I was looking for from my dad wasn't there. He supported me financially, but that was it. I received no support to do well in school and no shoulder to cry on. All I got was his shell, the remnants of a bad marriage. I didn't know it at the time, but his absence left a void in me, and it was a void that only I could fill. It was when my dad asked his new girlfriend to move in where I found my aha moment, my moment that helped fill the void in me. I cannot rely on other people for support in order for me to succeed. Although it is nice to hear people cheering you on, it's not vital to your performance. I rarely had people cheering me on throughout my life. I grew up living in a household that was constantly broken down and built back up again, and I'd say it turned out fine. You are in charge of your own happiness, and I think that's what being human today is primarily about. Knowing what you're capable of doing without relying on others. Everyone has their own personal hell they go through. It's not what you go through that defines you, it's how you get through it.
You shout it out, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized for how your bullets ricochet. You shoot me down, but I get up.